right, good morning. Excuse me. Good morning to you all. I hope that you are doing well. I hope that you're feeling well. Listen, why am I laughing? Because it's a wonderful and it's a blessed day. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Family Morning Transformation. I'm so excited to be with you all on this morning. Every morning that we are able to see one another, especially our families, it's a great time, and it's a great time to be alive. You might not have all the things that you want, but you have your family, and however your family looks, you might not have the nuclear family, but however your family looks and however your family was formed, it is your family. So if your family is your family, let your family be your family, and you love them the way God intended it. So with that, welcome to Family Morning Transformation with your truly DMP Speaks. If you don't know who I am, let me properly introduce myself. My name is David M. Kingston, but I go by the name of DMP Speaks. I am an empowerment speaker. I am a board certified Christian counselor, but I'm also a family restoration specialist. If you don't know what that really means, that means I'm a family coach, right? And I come in and I do my very best, over my best, to give you the value that you need to be that middleman, to be that bridge between you and your child, or you and your grandchild, or you and your niece or nephew. I come to rebuild your family dynamic. So I do these Family Morning Transformation Lives every morning, Monday through Friday at 7:30, on Saturday at 8:30, and again Sunday morning at 7:30 a.m. Listen, thank you so much for your time. Don't belabor the time. If you guys can share this. So what we've been talking about for the whole week, we've been talking about different variations of how to really understand your child. And we've been talking about communication. And I also have a wonderful free, but registration only, Zoom tonight at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm starting right on time so I can get out, because I have another one that I'm a part of, another event for families. So listen, you don't want to miss this. It's going to be wonderful. And I'm not just saying it because I'm doing it. It's going to be wonderful. It's going to be wonderful information for you. So I don't want you to miss that. And I've already put the link where you can go ahead and register in the comment section. As soon as we open up this live this morning, it's right there for you. All you got to do is just click on the link, get the information, and literally you will be amazed how Sometimes all it takes is just a little bit of time for you to get all the information, all the value that you need for you and your family. So today I want to talk about, just for a few moments, I want to give you my next tip on how to get to understand your team. Now, today is Thursday, so that means it's tip 4. So tip 4 is show up to events. I believe this is one of the biggest ones that I've talked about. To give you going back a little bit, we talked about the first one was create a safe space for your team to talk, which is very important. Tuesday, we talked about make their time special, so that quality time. Yesterday, we talked about being involved in their lives. If you got to be a little nosy, you got to be a little nosy. But today, we're talking about showing up to events. When I say show up to events, I'm talking about the basketball games. I'm talking about the football, baseball games. I'm talking about the lacrosse games. I'm talking about recitals. I'm talking about musicals. I'm talking about they're dressing up, or if they're not even on stage, they're in the back, but they know that you're there. And I'm so serious. You have to be able to show up to their events. When you show up right. I mean, if they got a jersey, if they got a school color, make that a priority, because I don't care how much you have to work. I don't care what you got to do. If you're going to be there, be there. If you're going to be on the phone, be there. If you're going to be on FaceTime, be there. Let them know, listen, I can't come, but I'm showing up virtually, because we live in a new day and time. So if you can't show up in person, you're going to show up virtually, but it's very important to do your best to show up in person. If you got 2 eyes or you got 4 eyes like me, be there. I'm being serious, but I'm just giving you something, because I feel like when your child or grandchild knows that you're there and you are making a sacrifice. Now I want to talk about this really quick. When you make a sacrifice for that child to come to their event that they're putting their time in, that they've been practicing on, that they've been trained for, just to see the bleachers, to see you somewhere, the track and field, they see you, they hear you, they see that you care. You can provide all these wonderful amenities at home, the sneakers, all that great stuff, right? But you got to do your best to show up to events. When you show up to events, you are involving yourself into their world. Does that make sense? You are involving yourself. You're engaged in their world to be a part of it, because even if you can't make every game, do your best to make every game. If you can't make every recital, do your best to make the majority of them, because you're making a sacrifice for them to come to their event. You're making a sacrifice, knowing that all the stuff that you got to do, and I'm not saying that you're able to do everything, right? To come to everything, right? Sometimes it might be impossible to make everything, but do your best to make the majority, because it's the sacrifice. There's times that, and y'all know I'm a musician, so I minister at different churches. So my son had track meets. Now I couldn't stay for all of them. I'm just giving you realistic stuff. But what I did, I got up earlier than I had to be at the particular ministry to help. And I stayed there as long as I could. We had football. I stayed there as long as I could. I was yelling, I was screaming. So by the time I got where I had to go, I had no voice, because I want to let my son know I'm here for you, man. I wanted to let him know I'm cheering you on. I might not be here for the whole game, right? But I'm here now. I'm present now. And that means more than you just saying, oh, I don't have time. Because if you keep saying, I just don't have time, I don't have time, they're going to know that you're not making them a priority. They know that you care with your lips, but your actions don't follow up. And you don't want that. You don't want that. You don't want that to be in their heads to think about, oh, my mom, my father, just all they do is just work. They do nothing to come, make no sacrifice for things that I want to do, that I'm a part of. And I love, but I just don't see where they really value what I do. You don't want those things to be said. And even if they happen, it is your obligation, it is your priority to change that narrative, to change that thought. They know what you do. They know what kind of work that you do. They know you're a supervisor. They know you're a director. They know you're an entrepreneur. But guess what? I bet you 9 times out of 10, they're not worrying about that. They just want your time. They know that you are ministering here, or you're going here, or you're doing this thing or doing that thing. You're CEO. They know what you do. They know you work long hours. But they're not thinking about that. They're thinking about, can dad come? Can mom come? I would love for her to just see. I've been practicing it on this shot, right? I've been getting my handle good. We practice this music over and over and over. I've been stretching for this meet. I've been doing all that I can. All they want to do is just share what they've been doing, because at the end of the day, everybody, they just want you to be proud of them for who they are. They just want you to be proud of them and their accomplishment. Now, I'll give you one, and I'm going to be done. Now, how I grew up, I'm just going to be honest, we didn't listen to a lot of jazz. We didn't listen to the gospel, because my family was more Christian based, right? Now, my mom, my dad, they didn't play, especially my father. He was a little bit more laid back than my mama, but he was still kind of like, you don't listen to all this other stuff. But you know what? I was in a jazz band at high school, and I promise you, I was so shocked. Guess who I seen in the seats as I was doing my performance? I seen my parents. I was shocked. I was like, wait, I thought y'all, they said we might not fully agree, but we know this is something that you do and you're good at it. And we came. And you actually sound good. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I never told anybody this. When I say I had a couple of tears in my eyes, I ain't let nobody see it. I'm OG. I was a G even at that at that age. But to be serious, for my parents to come, even though they didn't really fully agree to it, for them to come and support me, that meant so much. Even to this day, me being grown, now having my own son. So I know what it feels like when, Dad, I know you're busy, but can you come? And I get this conviction, like, I know I got a lot to do, but he's more important. I mean, that's just what I can say. Your child, beyond what you have to do, they're just important. And I know that they're important to you. I know you're concerned when you can't come. But if you can't come, please spend the time and say, well, how did the game go? How did the performance go? What did you feel went well? What did you feel that didn't go well? How can I help you? I'm so sorry that I couldn't come, but I heard that it went pretty good. I asked mom or I asked dad to put it on FaceTime, and I watched you. You did? Yeah, I was there. Might not been there physically, but I was there virtually, like I stated. Anywhere that you can, show up. And when you show up, show out. I'll say it again. When you show up, show up. And when you show up, show out. Let them know that you care. Because when you come to that particular event, they put the time in and effort in, and you make the time and effort and the sacrifice to come, it just makes things so much better. It just makes things so much better, because they know that you have made an ultimate sacrifice on their behalf, who care that much. Let me end here in saying that some of you might need some help in some areas. Maybe your communication with your child or children or your grandchild is just not great, and it's hindering the progress of your family is hindering you. You're trying to work on several projects. You're trying to get the family to another level, another place, and it's so much hindrance because of the lack of communication in your home, the lack of respecting your home, the lack of principles being displayed in your home. The family dynamic is just not the greatest. And you're saying, I don't know what else to do. I'm at my wit's end. I love my child. I love my family, but I don't know what to do. Well, you found some help this morning. You have found some help this morning. Let me be that help. Let me be that family coach. Let me be that restoration specialist for your family. I want you to do me a favor, just a quick favor. I want you to go to my link in my bio, and I want you to click on the link and sign up for your free 30-minute consultation call. And I want to do my best to see what I can do to help you bring and mold and rebuild your family dynamic back together, because all it takes is just one click. I'll say it again. All it takes is one click to change the rest of your lives forever. And I mean that. Go ahead and do that. Like I stated, I have my registration only free Zoom tonight at 5 p.m., starting right at 5 p.m. until 5:45, 6 o'clock. I want to give you some value on how to rebuild damaged relationships through words. But listen, everyone, check me out tomorrow. Again, 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I hope that you have a wonderful day. Be blessed. Peace.